Rich, it's too late.
What?
I did it already. I called the clinic and I gave them permission to use Dman's sperm for my egg. I made a choice. I choose me.
Yeah, Sabrina cold, y'all. And it's like several people on Twitter and myself have been saying for a while, she is debatably the most manipulative sister of the bunch. And that is saying something when you compare her to the likes of Andy and Karen. I don't really think of Danny as a manipulator. Danny is a what you see is what you get, but at the same time, her inconsistency is what's consistent. Like, you don't, it's like she told Preston in the parking lot at her apartment one time. It's like, one day I want you, one day I don't. It's like I want space or I want to date other people. I don't know what I want. She's self-aware, you know? But when it comes to the likes of Karen and Andy and Sabrina, it's like they come across as, hey, they just have they have agendas. Yeah, that's the easiest way to put it. And look, kind of like I said in my Tony and Danny video when I discussed the situation about the work suspension, I wanted to talk about the idea of, folks, I understand the lack of popularity for Jordan and his crew as soon as they not only were introduced into the show, but they were meant to be like main characters. You got rid of Preston for this guy? Man, where's Calvin at? Come on, this new guy playing. Okay, well, I don't know if Jordan actually faced a lot of animosity. I think it's mainly like just the actor switch up as opposed to the character. But when you look at the situation involving Sabrina, what she did was cold. It was cold. What did Rick James say, or what did Dave Chappelle say? Is Rick James in that one sketch? Charlie Murphy is like cold blooded. That's what it was. I don't care what you think about Rich. I don't care if you just like him because you think Calvin is better. I don't care if you just like him because he throws temper tantrums. But I don't think what Sabrina did was right. Did she have the choice or the right to make the choice about either using Dman's sperm and eventually getting pregnant somewhere down the line, or letting go of the money that she put it to the process and just get pregnant by Rich? That was her choice. However, isn't a relationship about compromise? Isn't that what it's supposed to be about? Compromise. I think her making this decision without at least telling Rich about it. Now, you could argue, yeah, Sabrina should have consulted Rich, but I think it was clear she had her mind made up. But at the same time, to not give Rich any sort of warning, instead just blurting it out, I think was effed up. And what's making it even worse is in the next episode, she's going to go to the juice shop while this man is working. And yes, to be fair, Rich pops up at her job unannounced too. But she's going to show up at his job, I don't know, either try to smooth things over and whatnot. After what you look, it isn't just about what you did. What you did is what you said. I chose me. That to me is like is the signal of a breakup. Like, okay, you chose you instead of choosing us. Got it. I'm out. And say what you will, but Rich handled the situation better than I thought he would. I mean, he got up from the table at the restaurant and left. I think we heard him say shit, and then that was it. But for Sabrina to just come by and act like they could either, I don't know, try to fix things or, I don't know, still be friends. No, they're probably going to write it in a way where Rich is going to be the jerk and the one who breaks up with Sabrina. And then she could tell her girls about how Rich did her when it's like, no, you were the one who did this. And in the trailer, let me get to my notes real quick. She's at the juice shop, and Rich's like, oh, so you're going on a romantic vacation with the same exact man. In reference to Dman, because this is obviously before Sabrina leaves for the airport to go on that, what is, she's representing the bank at some sort of like financial tech summit or whatever. And then it's like, maybe I should, focus on my goals and dreams and allow you to do the same. And that's only fair because, like she said, I chose me. And her goal was to be a mom and whatnot. And some people corrected me, rightfully so. I forgot about this. About her getting pregnant, like, right now. But then again, when I think back to that brunch in episode 2, and after she turned 35, what did she say? I need your sperm. I want to have kids now. So that's what's perplexing, because one minute Sabrina was like, I want to have kids. And then the next minute is like, I want to freeze my eggs to get pregnant, in a couple of years or something. So kind of confused by that. Honestly, I don't remember season 7 like that. It was like, plus the first half was better than the second half. So once we got to the second half, I got brain dead to the first 11 episodes. But regardless, I don't know if the continuity is fluid here, where she wanted to be a mom instantly to, I want to have kids in the next couple of years. Whatever the case may be, you have Rich at the dinner table just saying everything that, he's, I guess, maybe wants Sabrina to hear. And it's like, let's have kids the old-fashioned way. It's like, I don't want to have kids right now, but I will eventually, at some point. It's like, well, fine then. If it's 2-3 years, whatever, I will be here. I won't change my mind. Now, to be fair to Sabrina, I will agree that is a very, very large gamble to, get with this man. Like, hey, will you two even be married before you decide to have kids? I don't know, but Rich seemed adamant on, sticking by Sabrina no matter what. But I think, honestly, it's the sickle cell thing. I mean, I honestly think that's what it is. The fact that he's a carrier for it, or a potential carrier for it, that's probably the turnoff for her. And you can, make your decision as to whether or not that's, selfish on her. But I just feel like, the way Sabrina was moving was foul. It's kind of like with Andy, the way she was moving by, like, not telling anybody about Gary's ultimatum and the fact that, I got to break up with Jordan to protect him and I have to marry Gary or there's going to be consequences. The fact that she didn't tell Penelope, she didn't tell Jordan, she didn't tell Agent Watt. That's why when season 8 started, a lot of shit looked shady. It's like, yo, what's up with the heel turn, Andy? It's like, so you dumped Jordan to get back with Gary. Penelope's in witness protection. Her baby's gone. And it's like everything, and it's like, now Jordan's campaign is ruined because of the investigation, because of the stabbing. We as an audience know, for the most part, that Andy wasn't moving that way. But if you are just an observer of the situation, it looks like Andy was doing some foul stuff the entire time. That's how I feel about Sabrina. If you let go of how you feel about Tony as a character, or Rich as a character, and look how Sabrina was moving, that was cold-blooded. Like, I called the clinic, I gave him the approval, Dman's sperm is going to be used and my egg's going to be frozen. Whoa. That was foul. It really was. Like I said, it was her choice, but it should have been, a discussion between us, as in her and Rich, because it's like, I don't know. And not to mention, I know Dman won't care because, he did say, contact me to let me know what you decide. But I wonder if she contacted Dman before she did that. That's something I would like to know. I think even if she did, she didn't tell Rich. Obviously, because, well, then again, I was about to say she knew it would make him upset. But the fact that you literally did it anyway, I feel like that's one of the most selfish things any of these women have ever done. Now, the thing is, like, the fact that she said, I choose me, I'm wondering if that was, like, her signal of we're breaking up. So, in the next episode, for Rich to go, like, I want to focus on my goals and dreams, too. My thing is, like, did Sabrina break up with Rich? Or, like, that's my biggest question. It's like, so you seemingly don't break up with Rich, and then you're going to go see him the next day. And I'm wondering, like, what exactly is she expecting? Like, if she walked into that juice bar and doesn't expect the relationship to be over, that just shows how selfish she is. And like I said, this is all about her being the victim, when in fact it's actually Rich. Now, let's be honest here. We go back to season 7. you got to put some blame on him, because you're the one who stayed in this relationship knowing you didn't want to have kids. And you know this woman does. So it's like, y'all should have had a discussion. Well, you did have a discussion, but you were the ones like, no, we're not wasting each other's time. Like, let's just stay together for a while. And if one of us change our minds, we'll check in. And I said, Sabrina's selfish for, blurting out, I'm freezing my eggs just out of nowhere. But no, she's like, I'm making that decision. So it's like, no, that right there should let you know, Rich, she's not backing down. So your best bet is to like probably find somebody your own speed. So he's no innocent person in this at all. It's kind of like with Aaron. It's like season 8 and Karen is finally giving you some return on your emotional investment, but you're the one who allowed yourself to stay around and be used like this. Same thing with Calvin, all those seasons where Sabrina was clearly dating other men, but he kept allowing himself to like be the person she could confide in and, just lay in bed with and whatnot. You allowed yourself to be in that position, so don't be acting funky when she's giving game to other men. Even as she made it clear to you twice, she doesn't love you and she doesn't want to be with you exclusively. So yeah, Rich does have some blame in this, but in terms of how things have ended up, Sabrina's selfish. Say what you want to. But hey, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.